Well, if you found this video, you probably don't have a title. So, there's a couple different things you can do to try to get a title. And now, if you have a title already put in your name, this video is not for you. All you have to do is go to your local DMV, request a duplicate title, you're done. They do a 15-day waiting period for some reason, and then they'll issue you another title. So no big deal. For those of you who have bought a vehicle that did not have a title, or you lost a title before you got it into your name, then this video is for you. So how do you get a title if it's not in your name and you lost it? So they've got this thing called a bonded title. Alright, so if you have a lost title, you have to get it through a bond. So if you want to look up a bonded title, and then the state that you're in, North Carolina, a lot of states are pretty lax on this. South Carolina is real laid back about title deals. North Carolina, not so much. So when you search it, it's going to come up a lot of NCDOT stuff, and you're going to question where it says NCDOT vehicles being bonded. Okay, and so you go to the website right here, and it gives you a run through of the steps you have to take in order to get a title in your name for the vehicle that you have. Alright, so what you're going to need is obviously a computer with internet, a printer. You're going to have to print off some stuff, and I suggest getting you a folder because there's quite a bit of papers. And the first thing I would start with, if you go down to your list of files right here that you can print off, there's requirements for obtaining title by filing an indemnity bond, MVR-92A, and it says right beside it, requirements list. Easy enough. Click on it, and that's basically going to tell you step by step what you have to do. Okay, so what is an indemnity bond? Basically, a bonded title is a bond that you're going to take out for the tax value of the vehicle and a half. Alright, so if it's worth $1,000, you're getting a bond for $1,500. If it's worth $2,000, you're getting a bond for $3,000. Basically, what the bond is a cover your ass type deal. So if, let's say, it covers you and the DMV, so if for some reason the previous owner has proof, evidence that you're not supposed to have that vehicle, it wasn't supposed to be put in your name, then the bond is going to pay the previous owner, and you still get to keep the vehicle and the title. Okay, that's the point of doing it. But that should never happen because of all the forms you have to fill out and everything that has to be done. Pretty much, you're legit once you go through all these steps. So if you've stolen a vehicle and you're trying to do this, it's not for you. You're not going to make it. Abort. All right, try to do stuff the right way. All right, so when you get to this page, print it out, keep a hold of it. You're going to need to look back and forth at it because I'm telling you what, you're going to forget it. It's pretty painless, pretty simple as long as you follow the steps. So one of the first steps, once you've got it printed out, is call your local DMV, the License and Theft Bureau. So what I did was I just went in and called Raleigh and had Raleigh tell me who my local license and theft agent was. And it was right here in Stanley County, Officer Almond. And what he is going to do is he's going to come out here and write a report. He's going to ask you, first off, he's going to give you a little phone interview of how you got in the car, why don't you have a title, all that good stuff before he even comes out. And it even says it right here in his report. It said right here, customer obtained this vehicle many years ago, never applied for a title, has since lost the title and cannot be located. Okay, so what he's going to do is he come He's going to come out to your house and he's going to inspect the vehicle. He's going to make sure the VIN number is still there in the dash, hasn't been tampered with. He's going to make sure it matches the frame. Basically make sure the car didn't go through a chop shop. So all the information right here, hasn't been reported stolen, hasn't been junked, all that stuff is important information. And once he clears it saying, okay, no evidence of it being stolen, all the VIN numbers are there, there's no reports, there's no outstanding reports of it being stolen or anything like that, then you'll get a report. He did it while I wasn't here, which was awesome. He left the paperwork in the door, and that step is done. He will also give you the value of the bond you need for this vehicle. So in my case, the car's total tax value on that Volkswagen Scirocco was $530. So tax value and a half came out to $795. So then from that point, once you've done that, then your next step, if you go back to your list of documents, all right, you're going to go ahead and get the title application, which is the MVR-1. Okay, there's a title application right here, and what you're going to do is you're going to fill out the information on the car, the year, the VIN number, odometer reading, my address, my driver's license number. The important part is the lien section. If there's any liens on the vehicle, you need to have documentation that they've been satisfied. You have to have that on there. That's pretty important. And then it has to be notarized. So sign it, fill it out, get it notarized. All right, so that's the second form. Not a big deal. The other form is the Affidavit of Facts to accompany the indemnity bond. This is the MVR-92H. This is basically a why don't you have your dang title. So basically it says, how did you acquire the vehicle, the date you got it, where is it currently titled, does the VIN appear on the vehicle still, is there any liens on it, has it been wrecked, if you were given a title at the time of the purchase, why cannot it be furnished at the present? Well, I'm an idiot and I lost it. So, and then it'll say explain in detail why the seller did not give you a properly signed title for the vehicle. So for you guys who bought a vehicle and it didn't have a title, explain why the person you bought it from didn't give you a title. And then again, sign it, have it notarized, and this document is ready to go. So then comes the bond part. All right, call your local insurance company that you deal with, and at this point it was Farm Bureau for me. I called Farm Bureau, asked them, they said they did do them, but it was a tremendous amount of work. Whether they wanted to mess with it or not, I don't know. But anyways, they gave me the number to the bond exchange, which is in Ballantyne and Charlotte. So this is, of course, all my stuff is for here in North Carolina. Your state, I'm sure they've got some companies that do the same information, same services. So what I had to do was I called them, told them situation. They emailed me their lost defective title bond application. I filled in this application, also gave them the amount I needed the bond in, which was given to me by the license and theft inspector from the DMV. So I gave them the value, and then so then they took the application, took the value, and sent me back a quote. It cost me $100 to cover this car for my bond. And so I sent them the payment information and signed the paperwork for the bond, and now I have a indemnity bond. So this right here is the bond for the car. It's got the VIN number, the value of the bond itself, and all the information for the bond that I need. Okay, so now I have this bond and I have this paperwork, and this is all the stuff that's done up until this point. And really, it's not that hard. It's just, some little stuff you kind of have to follow through. But those two forms I filled out in no time. The only time consuming part was the emailing back and forth about the indemnity bond. Really, it was done in a day, so it wasn't really that bad either. The inspection for the DMV officer, now the office is only open from 8 to 10. And my local office, which is here in Stanley County, was open from 8 to 10 Tuesday and Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or something like that. So it was random days. So I reached out to him on Tuesday. He was here Wednesday and inspected the car, left me the report. So really all of this stuff was done in a matter of just a couple of days. So tomorrow morning, in theory, I will take all this paperwork to my local tag office and I will give them these forms and I will pay my title fee. I will pay my tag and my taxes for the car, and in theory, we haven't done it yet, so we'll follow up with this video a little bit later on what happened, what took place. But really, I should be able to walk in, give them all this information. They'll actually submit it. I will get a copy of the title. Actually, I will get the title. They said it's a little longer than a regular title. So a regular title you get within a month. This title may take longer, may take 2 months, 3 months, whatever, but I will eventually get this title. And that bond is good for 3 years. It's not really that big of a deal. Now, again, something I didn't cover is if you're going to go get the tag like I am tomorrow, make sure you have your proof of insurance. So I went ahead and got proof of insurance on the car today. After he did the inspection, I got all the paperwork. It looked like everything was good to go. Called my insurance company, added the car to a policy. They emailed me proof of insurance. So tomorrow when I go in the morning, I should be walking out with a tag. So we'll see. Hang tight. I'll let you guys know here shortly. All right, y'all. We just come out of the DMV. I mean, just now. And so, tell you there's one more step in this entire process, and that's the inspection. So obviously, if you don't have a title or no paperwork or nothing for the vehicle, you are going to get a 10-day tag here in North Carolina. So there is my 10-day tag. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to take this 10-day tag. I'll be able to drive around for the next few days. I've got a copy of all the information that we did today. Show any police officers if I happen to get pulled over. But this gives me 10 days to go and get the Scirocco inspected. Once I get it inspected, I come back here with this paperwork and they'll give me my tag, my regular tag. So that's pretty painless. And like I said, the lady here at the DMV was awesome, and she was very appreciative that I had all my paperwork right. She said she can't tell us how many times somebody ends up going back and forth 3 or 4 times because they didn't get it right. So that was awesome. The guys, follow the list. If you follow the list, it's painless, it's easy. I went in there, one-time shot, got it all done, and I didn't have to go back and forth for any paperwork. So, well, we got us a title. Here we go. It's over. It's done with, guys. 1987 Volkswagen Scirocco, done. So this is a title. This is a forever title. Okay, so the bond is good for 2 years. In 2 years, it goes away. But this title will remain with the vehicle till the end of time. So whenever I need to transfer it, I transfer it like I would any other vehicle. Guys, there's a little bit of legwork to do. Just follow the list, the checklist that you get off the website, and you too can get you a title in a pretty short time. I was pretty surprised how quick this got to me. But I hope that helped. If it did, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to smash the subscribe button. We're going to have all kinds of videos on all sorts of automotive DIY, drag racing, anything that has to do with motorsports. You guys know I love it. And we'll see you guys on the next video.